Good evening. I'm Peter Gallagher. Do I need a microphone for the camera, or am I loud enough? We're good. Ideal. Good evening. I'm Peter Gallagher. I'm 27. I'm a 27. Lord, I'm 29. Look at that. I wanted to be mayor before I'm 30, I guess. I'm a 6-year resident, Manhattan Beach. I live up in the North End, Rosecrans and Highland area. Reason I got into this, you know, I've had some neighbors and whatnot with the issues that we used to have that are kind of shelved now. Some of them undergrounding and into the likes that were, you know, concerned about their incomes and their livelihood and things of that nature. So originally I planned to run 2 years ago. I have a job in Hollywood, so you know I can be kind of busy, and I didn't have the time to actually dedicate to something of this stature, where you know the time commitment is quite large, and the pay not quite commensurate. But all the same, it is still something that I really wanted to do and get involved in the process and be here in Manhattan Beach and try to give a voice to people who may not necessarily have one or who feel that they don't. You know, there's a lot of issues that seem to have been shelved for the time, at least, you know, the next 2 to 3 years, why the economy is definitely going to struggle. And our focus will turn to the financial questions. I'm sure that's what we're going to be looking at here tonight. But, you know, those issues haven't gone away. They're still going to be here when the economy rebounds. And the question is going to be, who are you going to have voting on those types of issues, and whose views are most in line with yours? Peter Gallagher.
Richard, it's all yours.
Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Peter. Richard Montgomery, currently on City Council, last 4 years on Council, currently serving the last 9 months as your mayor. 22-year resident in the city, married, local business owner. And people ask you why you're going to the re-election again. Look at that process. Well, it's easy. It's my passion for the city. In fact, it's increased since I became involved in community events 15 years ago, before I even joined Council. So now your passion is even raised another level. Second, the fact that knowing you can make a difference on Council. You keep hearing one person doesn't make a difference. Well, actually, it's not true. One person can make a difference, just convincing 2 other voting members on Council to follow that difference with you. The magic number is 3, not just 1. But you have make a difference. You can look at the parking program and other ideas of the Miracosta. The more people tell you can't do something, you have to focus on what you can do. And finally, the last is the financial issue with the city going forward. The idea that reserves happen by themselves and they grow is not true. It takes direction. And yes, we have a CPA that's on our staff, that's our treasurer, is the only CPA that we have, or even among the candidates is CPA. But the fact is, they don't get there by accident. It takes direction. And Council gives direction to staff. So the reserves actually grow. It's called a rainy day fund, a foreign concept in Sacramento. But actually here, we practice it, and you put it to use. And you only use reserves when you need them. That's the key. So you want to be here 4 more years, get us through this, and turn over the keys to the next council in better shape. Thank you very much. Richard Montgomery.
Kathleen, please.
Good evening. My name is Kathleen Perales, and I am running for City Council. I am 38. I'm an attorney for Northrop Grumman, one of our chamber sponsors. I'm also married and an almost 10-year resident of the city, as well as a homeowner. I am the only candidate who's running, and if I'm elected, I'll be the only council person, let me correct that, who lives on the east side of Sepulveda. That's important because when I'm knocking on doors, one of the things that I hear a lot from people on the east side in particular is they are very excited to have somebody who understands the issues that affect that part of the city. I am also a member of the Planning Commission, where I serve currently. I've served on 2 other commissions. I'm a member of the Measure BB Bond Oversight Committee. I'm also an active member of the Neptunian Club. I'm Vice President of Leadership Manhattan Beach. I'm endorsed by all 5 members of the current school board and the 3 current council members who are not running for re-election. I'm endorsed by the Daily Breeze as of this morning, but most importantly, I'm endorsed by residents from all over the city, and that's why I'm running. I'm running because I enjoy the process and my own role in helping to resolve resident concerns. Wherever I'm knocking in the city, I hear different stories and different issues that come up. Some are, you know, common depending on the neighborhood. Maybe it's a tree issue. Maybe it's undergrounding, or it's crime and public safety. But all of those stories, I take those with me. They're very personal to me, and it would be absolutely my pleasure and honor to serve all of the residents of Manhattan Beach if I'm elected. And I look forward to our questions this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Wayne?
Well, first of all, I want to thank the Chamber of Commerce, and I want to thank American Martyrs. I'm Wayne Powell, and I love Manhattan Beach. I've given back to our community for over 13 years as a longtime volunteer and civic leader. I'm currently the chair of our city's Planning Commission. I've been on 3 different commissions for a total of 9 years, and I've been told that that was a record. Either that or the perfect attendance for that. I've been going around knocking on practically every door. I think I've done close to 4,000 doors now in the last couple of months, and I wore my lucky shoes to prove it. Anyways, you know, you name it, I volunteer for it, and I've done it. I'm on the board of directors of our fire department's community emergency response team. I'm a volunteer for our police department. I'm a volunteer for the older adults program, and I see a lot of people in the audience from that program. It's great. I love our community, and I listen. And all throughout my tenure as a commissioner, I listen to the public input, and I always want to do the right thing for our community. My background distinguishes me from most of my opponents. I have accounting and finance experience for 25 years, being a chief financial officer, accounting controller, and I worked at a CPA firm for 5 years. I believe now, more than ever, it's extremely critical that we have someone on council with that experience, given the projected $3.6 million budget deficit. We need to have someone that knows the financial impact of every decision that our city council makes. So I really appreciate you all coming here, and I'd love to earn your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne. And Nick?
Happy Mardi Gras, everybody, or at least it will be when we're done tonight. So I'll try to wrap this up quickly. I'm on City Council, and I want to thank the community for letting me serve on council for the last 4 years. It's been a great honor. Just quickly about myself, I'm a 22-year resident here in the city, happily married. My wife Valerie's in the audience. Honey, can you please stand up? She's it's because of her that I'm able to do this. And we also have 4 young children, 8, 6, 4, and 2. You can imagine the chaos at the household, but it's a lot of fun. A year ago, I started my own business. And so now I'm based here in the city of Manhattan Beach, and so I kind of touch each aspect of the town. Why do I want to do this again? Like Wayne, I love Manhattan Beach. I love our sense of community. I love our small town feel. I want to preserve those qualities for my children in an ever-changing world, and I believe it's our job on council to pass ordinances and do things to encourage that sense of community and to maintain that small town feel. I feel like we've made a lot of accomplishments in the last 4 years, and I'll see how many of them Patrick will let me talk about. But first on mansionization, we've increased open space requirements for new homes. We also increased incentives to remodel smaller homes, which I think is extremely important on the development side. For seniors, we've effectively organized an effort that really was disorganized before we got on council. 4 years ago, there was not much of an effort in terms of organized senior programs. We've increased the budget significantly. We hired qualified staff. We've increased transportation options, and we have a weekly lunch program now. And so that's a foundation we need to build off of. For schools, this was a major focus of mine when I ran for council 4 years ago. I thought it was important to improve the partnership with the schools. We were successful in doing that. We supported Measure BB, and we transferred $520,000 to the schools in order to protect class size and safety. And finally, financial health. We'll talk a lot about that tonight, but I proudly served on the Finance Subcommittee, and we will answer some questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick.